Hello and welcome back to Time in the UK. The Seagull 1963 Air Force watch. The Tianjin watch factory became famous throughout China for producing the first Chinese watch in 1961. The factory was assigned to manufacture the first Chinese aviation chronograph for the Air Force of the People's Liberation Army. So the factory set to and pre-manufactured 3 batches of aviation watches by the end of October 1962. At the end of the year, 38 leaders and experts, Industrial Ministry, Air Command and Naval Equipment Supervisor came together for the appraisal of the watch. After the meeting, the Tianjin watch factory received permission to begin mass production of the watch. In 1963, the factory completed and delivered 1,400 aviation watches to the Chinese Air Force. This is the official remake of the watch, as it was created in 1963. It's a unique and limited reproduction of the classic masterpiece. It's a hand-winding chronograph with 19 or 21 joules and a power reserve of 30 to 40 hours. The watch is a specialist edition depending on the model. The dial says either 19 Jian or 21 Jian, Chinese for 19 or 21 joules. The symbol on the lower half of the watch face spelled China Tianjin Watch Factory. The case of the watch itself is made out of base metal, brass probably, and chromed, and the watch weighs in at a feather weight of 63 grams with a leather strap on. It's 14 millimeters thick and it's 39.5 millimeters including the crown. Lug tip to lug tip is 47.3 millimeters. So that's all of the nitty gritty out of the way, the size and weights, etc. But what basically brought me to purchase this watch? Well, it was just generally the look of it and the fact that it's a mechanical chronograph, and the watch itself has got quite a bit of interesting history, you know, the design and what it was used for. And I think it's just got quite an interesting look to it. All of the Chinese script on the dial, the colour of the dial, the communist stars on the crown and on the watch face. But of particular interest to me is the display case back. Because it's a handheld movement and it doesn't have a rotor, you can really see, you know, the workings of the movement. You could see all of the gears moving and all that associated governance, and you could see the work that's gone on to make the movement a bit more presentable. You know, the bluing of the screws, and I realise it's probably painted rather than real bluing, but anyway, but it does definitely look very interesting in the back of it. You know, it's the sort of thing that perhaps in a slightly larger size could be a pocket watch, and you could just sit there rolling it around over in your hand, looking in the back, and yeah, but very tactile thing, you know. On this particular watch, it's come with 2 straps in the packaging, a green NATO and this leather strap. I do prefer the leather strap in this instance. And the sub-dial hands on some models, they will have 1 counterweight, and some models they will have no counterweights, and this particular one has got 2 counterweights, so it's possibly the factory that these things are manufactured in, because I do believe that they're manufactured in several factories by several different companies for some reason. I don't know why, but they are. And when you decide to operate the chronograph functions, you do get a very satisfactory click, you know, sort of reminiscent of a 1930s sort of 1930s technology movie where someone pulls a huge great lever and and the machine the size of the planet starts wearing away. You know, you get this very satisfying clunk, and the hands start moving, all flick back. So it's a nice thing to press. And accuracy wise, well, it's currently untested. I don't have the correct machinery to test it really, apart from letting it run for a few days and seeing how much it loses. But it's currently untested. It's basically come out of the box and changed the strap on it and worn it for a few hours. So yeah, I will come back to you with anything more than initial thoughts. But in the meantime, this is what I've got. It's a very interesting watch, and I do like the look of it, and I'm quite pleased with the purchase. So yeah, I think this one might stick in my collection for a little bit longer, and I'll rummage through and see what else I can dig out to move along, possibly move along my Panerai Parnis homage. I might pop that on eBay or something like that. But yeah, very satisfying watch to own and fiddle with. So check out the other reviews online for the 1963 Seagull watch, probably a bit more detailed than me. And yeah, if you like the channel, please like, comment and subscribe. Every subscription is greatly appreciated and really helps to support the channel, because we don't make any money from doing this. We just do it for giggles really. So again, thanks for stopping in, and hopefully we'll see you again on the next video. Goodbye for now.